moving on to story 2. Crypto is the key to the metaverse. This has been like starting to get a little bit overblown, and as far as the news goes, for me anyway, because it's always on my Google News feed when I wake up in the morning. What's your take on crypto, the metaverse? Do you have a take on?
Yeah, I love it mainly from, look, I like gaming and like one of my favorite things to read throughout the day, even though I love looking into DeFi and all the cool projects coming up there. But like really what I love reading about the most is new crypto games coming up, just because like I enjoy playing video games sometimes. Obviously I don't have a ton of time to do it right now, but I really enjoy seeing what's coming out. And I just think it's like a industry other than finance, which is like DeFi. It's really just revolutionizing finance, but like finance is like a sexy thing to not care about. I'm saying, but gaming is something that like so many people think is fun, and it's the next industry to be shaken up. And that's the lens I normally look at the metaverse through, is gaming, because it is really giving people ownership, but it's also allowing them, it's not allowing the game to own. People have said this so many times before, but to not own your creations. And like, I was thinking about this, I watched some random YouTube video about 𝔽𝕠𝕝𝕝𝕝𝕝, which is a game that I never even played, but it was like a creator game where people can like make different worlds, but then eventually they had to shut their servers down because it got too expensive, and I think they got hacked. And so all these creations people had worked on got wiped out. It was all centralized on these servers. And I think, like, I was thinking about this today while I was walking home from work about, well, basically like with gaming and the metaverse, like people's creations are owned by them, and the game or the platform is just like the enabler of people to use those. But if that goes down and people still hold these and they're still strong, passionate community, like they can still live on. It's almost like a phoenix in the flames. Like people can build the metaverse around them to fit the asset that they hold, and can actually have an impact on how they're used and how they perform in the world, or in their version of the world. So I think that's the coolest part. Also, I really like the book Ready Player One. And obviously I like think about that every time people are talking about the metaverse, is just putting on some glasses and zooming into some game. So
Okay.
it's cool. And Facebook changed their name. I think that's obviously why it's getting a ton of attention.
Because I had Jack on as well, and he likes games. So I've got to ask you, and we talked a little bit about what he liked. So the metaverse and NFTs and owning, your games, a game that you have played or would like to play, and you'd like some sort of metaverse NFT integration, what would you like to have NFTs in?
What would I like to have NFT?
Oh, like some sort of ownership component. Like you mentioned GTA the other day on Slack.
Yeah. No, honestly, GTA is such, I think we were talking about how they're coming out in 4 to 5 years. I was like, that's like GTA 6. Like they've been just riding off of GTA 5 for forever, and they're just like, it's coming eventually. But I guess what it takes to do a game, honestly, I'd say something like Rocket League, or something where people like, mainly because I like playing Rocket League, but it's like something where it's simple, but you can still get some customization and ownership of the pieces of your cars. And like, it's not too complicated. It's like this wild economic system. It's just a simple display of kind of what you own and the pieces that you have. And I think that would be a really accessible route for people for that to be NFT'd, versus some complex like World of Warcraft, where I don't know, sometimes I see some of these like games and then you're on OpenSea and you go into the collections and you can see stuff for the game. And like, I'm thinking about it like in the games marketplace itself, I'm sure it makes sense. But when you're just looking at OpenSea and it's just like random pair of pants, random glasses,
Yes.
a hot dog, it's like, this makes no sense to me at all. But if I'm picturing a game like Rocket League, where if those assets were on OpenSea and it was like car, wheel, paint, like that would just make complete sense to me, and then make me want to look into it. And I'm also just like very excited for the next iteration of crypto gaming, because I think we had the first wave, obviously with Axie Infinity leading the way, but now it's really gotten the attention of like big studios. And I think that the next wave is going to be like really good games, really strong, like tokenomics, really good play to earn mechanics.